Anyway.
Welcome back to Batman.
So,
Batman's
Midnight Special.
Midnight Special
it's
movie.
It's time for me to talk about that one.
Yeah, boy.
This episode's going to be called Dexys Midnight Special.
Okay, that's
good.
Fine.
You like my meme?
I do, actually, kind of.
Oh, thanks.
I'm going in for it. You know,
Yeah.
I'll commit to that meme. So, Midnight Special is a movie that when you're watching it, you're like, man, this is good. But then when you're done, you're just kind of like, but it wasn't about anything? So why was it made?
Mm-hmm.
So the plot is, there's this kid. He has some special powers.
Yeah.
But he has
Is
like...
it Chronicle?
No.
It's
not.
I like that movie.
That's a good one. Yeah. He's like very little kid though.
Uh-huh.
And he has like special powers and this cult is built around him. Because he can like hear radio signals from everywhere and you can make like meteors, like satellites fall to Earth.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Shit like that. He glows all glowy like and then can make people see like a different world.
That's interesting.
It is very interesting until the end.
Oh boy, yeah.
Hold on a second.
And so essentially there was this cult built around him and that he would prophesize the end of days because he has because he all of everything he says, all of like the things he transmits, he's like, I have to be at this one place. And so the cult is like, if you're not in this one place, you die, right? Because there's the cult and there's kind of wrong.
Yeah.
So his dad was in that cult, but then left because he was like, no, you're fucked.
Yeah.
And so the plot of the movie is him trying to get his son to the place his son wants to go without getting caught by both the government and the cult.
Yeah, that
So
sounds like
while
a really good movie. How do they fuck it up?
Well, because all the while, Adam, the government's like, we could use this. Why does this kid know military signals? Because the government's also investigating the cult. It opens with the government like breaking down the doors of the cult.
Cool.
They have like a bunch of guns and shit. Adam Driver's there, and he like betrays the government at the end because he wants the kid to like not just get caught and tortured. He likes the kid.
Oh, sweet. That's sweet.
Yeah. This is basically the whole movie. Then the guy, the main guy, he's helped by his wife and his gay lover.
Cool.
I mean, he's just his friend, but his motivation for this helping this family, he's like a state trooper. He's just really good friends with the dad.
Okay.
Like, that's just it. He's willing just to kill people. Just
Damn.
because he's good friends with the dad.
Okay.
So I think they're gay lovers.
Alright. That's down.
Because it's like, there is no other motivation of why he's willing to risk his career, jail time, his life.
Yeah.
Because people are just dying left and right. A lot of death.
Nice.
I mean, there's always like, yes, people can die in this, right?
Cool.
So it's just about them going off and I'll just get into the place they need to be for this to happen and what exactly are these kids' powers, how they do this. Oh, and the kid doesn't like sunlight. I believe it is.
Why not?
It like charges his powers too much. And then it like hurts him to use
He's like
his
Superman.
powers. Kind of, but he literally is just like a battery.
Okay.
Because his powers are kind of like everything will die around him or buildings will fall down and shit. You can't really control them, just really bad shit happens. You can kind of control them, but they can really only be used for destructive purposes.
Yeah.
So he doesn't like them that much. And just hearing radio signals and shit.
Yeah, that's cool. Can I guess the ending and why it sucks?
Yes.
So they go on this mystical, creepy, weird, Spielbergian sort of adventure.
Oh, also the movie's amazing because there's like zero dialogue. It's so good.
Awesome. Yeah, it's like all these like cool shots and like techno music playing. It's like and like they're driving through stuff and then they're like, oh no, the government's coming, and then maybe they get captured by the government, but then they get away and they're like almost there, and then they get to the place, and then nothing happens.
No, that would be better. I would like that.
Okay.
Because it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Why did nothing happen?
Yeah.
But fair enough, right? So, what happens is that the kid gets to the place, right? And he's like, I see this other world, and there's these beings, and they're like me, and they're made of glowing light. And so, he walks onto like this field that's set in the south. They go from like Texas to Louisiana. And he's just like absorbing all of the energy, so like a lot of shit's like dying or like getting like screwed up around him. The grass is like all fucked and shit. And then this city appears. really gorgeously like made rendered thing. And it's like this future city, right? Then these beings of like pure light start walking, and they lead him up on this staircase, like ascending to the heavens to their world. Because like that's where he belongs.
That's interesting.
Then the government catches up with them because Adam Driver was like, "Here, I'll pretend to be helping the government, and then actually just buy you time." But so he gets purposely asked to be beat up, so it looks like, because his job was to get back the kid. So it looks like he tried to get back the kid, but then got the kid and then was beaten up.
Nice.
And then the kid was stolen, but he actually just handed the kid over. And at the end of the movie, actually, then the government comes and captures the dad, and he's set to death.
Awesome.
And yeah, the kid just goes off to this, space future light beam world. And it's never explained what exactly these things are, which I think is actually a plus of the movie.
Yeah.
It's not really explained why this kid has these powers, why he is one of these beings, why these powers are the way they are, who these other people are. Is this just the future of humanity? Are they aliens?
Yeah.
Why does their world just exist parallel to ours exactly? It's like all their buildings just come, but that's what it looks like in their world on top of our world. So it's all very like, why is this? And that I think works. I think an explanation would really just kind of be on. It would feel very weird because there's no dialogue in the movie. Really.
Sure.
So I think it would have just been like, it would have been bad if the ending was like an explanation.
Yeah.
But the problem was that the movie could be 15 minutes long, 10 to 15 minutes. It could just be it could be the cult getting shut down, dad taking his kid off, then kid tries to get captured by the cult, then tries to get captured by the government, then he gets his kid back, then the ending happens.
Yeah.
It would have been a good artsy 15-minute film. Absolutely. But it's like 2.5 hours.
Jesus Christ.
It's really long. It might be close to 3 even.
Fuck.
And that would work. I would like that if it was about anything, but it's not. It's just a story that is really not that captivating.
Yeah.
If you know it's about nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's. I actually kind of remember that when I almost saw it once, like because it was only out for like a weekend, and I looked it up online. It was like, okay, well, how long is this? And it's like, what the fuck? This is so long, dude. I don't have time for this.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I see a lot of movies like that made these days, though. I see a lot of movies like that made these days. That like no dialogue, no really explanation. Which both those two things can work. Like fucking No Country for Old Men is like a pretty
There's a
pretty
series,
good
an old
movie.
anime series and novel series called Boogie Pop Phantom. And there's no explanation for anything, and almost no dialogue. And the main characters, well, there isn't a main character. The character the show is named after, Boogie Pop, is just like this enigmatic, cross-dresser-esque phantom that possesses a high school girl.
Interesting.
And is the defender of humanity and kills monsters and people with razor-thin wire and a knife. They also carry around a knife.
Cool.
And they can teleport through dimensions, kind of.
Kind of?
Kind of, yes, kind of.
What's the kind of part?
They do it a couple times, but there's no explanation of how or why.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and there's an alien that came from the heavens to, like, help humanity.
Okay.
It's a great fucking series. But each episode is just about a different social issue. Each episode is just a discussion of something with a moral, right? It's just about, there's everything from philosophical elements, discussing, like, how we gauge good and bad in terms of just living a life and survival, even, right? It's kind of pretentious-y, but feels right because of how weird. It's like a sci-fi monster, people with powers, art noir type thing.
Yeah.
Most of it's just black. Like this, it's like
nice.
Even when it's daytime, it's night in their world.
Awesome.
But all of the characters, their powers aren't really explained. There's minimal dialogue, flashbacks, flash forward. The episodes aren't even in the right timeline. The first 5 are just different characters that all end up in the same. Each episode just ends in the same way. Just all the different characters who have some interaction with the ending.
Interesting.
But it's just about different things. It's about, like, the dangers of doing drugs and confusing reality with how we are. It discusses otaku culture. It discusses being gay in the novels. Like, discusses, like, poverty and just, like...
Cool.
Just a bunch of different shit. So you're like, yeah, there's this whole weird boogie pop dressed in this weird outfit killing monsters to defend humanity. It's about, like, the evolution of humanity because they get these powers because a space alien explodes into a star and...
As one does.
Naturally. It actually makes sense. But
right.
when you watch the anime or read the novels, you're like, anything can happen, so let's just roll with it.
Just go with it, yeah.
Like, each one is like, there's a bad guy who wants to hurt humanity, and so Boogie Pop has to save the day, and then there's a person who's human who tries to save the day, and... But, like, all this shit that's never really explained or is vague, or just Boogie Pop's weirdness is really secondary, because it's... All of the main characters aren't main characters. Each book is just a series of vignettes about people, regular people, happening to be in a world where this stuff is happening.
That's interesting.
And so you feel like, yeah, there's no real dialogue, no explanation. What does it need to be? Because each episode, each story, I get what it's trying to say. I learn about philosophy and life and social issues. And
Cool.
But Midnight Special is none of that.
It doesn't have any
nothing, and it's nothing. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't represent anything. It's really cool to have... Most of my favorite films or anime series are minimal dialogue. If there's any explanation, it's just said once, generally as a throwaway. And they're really long. My favorite film is like 2.5 hours. Actually, no. My favorite film, well, it's tied. One is 1 hour. One is like 3 hours.
Nice.
And they both are like, minimal explanation, if at all. One of them, my old favorite film, The Skycrawlers, has really no explanation for anything in the world.
Okay.
But it's about change and repetition and how we deal with life and the ethics of creating humanoid things to fight in the military, because war is a necessary part of human life.
Yeah.
We don't want to fight wars anymore, so what if we just kind of clone people and just make them fight fake wars?
Okay, that's cool.
But Midnight Special is just 2.5 hours, no dialogue.
Oh, I found Man-Bat.
Oh,
no
hell yeah.
explanation, but no meaning.
And then therefore it kind of... Because if there's an underlying subtext to the thing, even if it has what would maybe be unconventional or not necessarily what you usually would think of as a story, there's still something. It's saying something.
Yeah, it's discussing an idea or giving a message. But I wouldn't even know where to begin if Midnight Special has a message.
Yeah.
Sometimes the government can be nice, but only if it's Adam Driver.
I mean that, yeah.
Cults are wrong and religion is dumb.
Religion is dumb, yes.
But at the same time, maybe it's not.
But maybe it's not.
It's
dumb.
only dumb if you're wrong.
Yeah.
But if you're right, then religion is cool, so try to be right, I guess, which is actually kind of a bad moral.
That's a really bad moral.
But that's kind of in it. In the future, will be beings of pure light that can hear radio signals and bring down satellites. That's not a moral or a message. It's kind of wrong, which is the point. Obviously, it's a sci-fi movie, but that's not a...
It's interesting.
Dads can care about their kids.
Nah, no, they can't.
So can moms.
Yeah.
Sometimes people get divorced because of cults.
Yep.
Sometimes you have a friend, and they're just a really good friend.
No homo.
Like, those are the things in the movie. It's like, that's really all there is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's weird.
Bad people are bad.
Oh, also, Robin in this universe was dating Barbara Gordon. And you still haven't told him, I don't think.
Oof. That's rough.
But Adam Driver's not bad. He's
no. Yeah. No, he's a great guy. He killed his dad.
Adam Driver's basically, the woman from Arrival in this movie. But just for like a scene, because nothing really lasts for more than a scene.
Yeah.
Because then it might be about something.
No, oh God forbid.
Yeah, because it's like gearing up at the beginning to be about a group of scientists in the military trying to figure out these kids' powers and what it means and trying to communicate with them. So like Green Minds and shit too. And figure out what this other world is, but Dad trying to get them away from this, and Colt also trying to get it on this, which would be kind of cool. But it's really just the government wants to kill him, but they're only trying to communicate with him. It's about a scene, And then other things are there, but there's, I don't know, people's motivations are pretty dumb.
That sounds, yeah. Has Harley even been in the game so far?
Nope.
Okay.
I mean, the Colt's motivations don't even make sense. Yeah, I get
Yeah.
they want to capture the kids so they can be in the same place, but wouldn't it be easier just to follow them?
Yeah, exactly. Because they're
You
going
don't
to the
need
same
kid.
place.
Yeah, just follow them.
Yeah.
Why try to kill the parents and kidnap the kid?
Yeah.
When you can just follow him.
Yeah. Yeah, this sounds like a film that I might now that I know this, it sounds like a film I could get pissed off at, but now that I know this, I might enjoy the ride and not be mad.
Is it worth watching? No, because it's way too fucking long.
Yeah. This is something I got to do when it's like 11 o'clock. I don't want to go to bed for the next however long, but I don't want to deal with the crushing reality of living.
Yeah.
So I got to find some like escapism for a long time, and then like I'm looking for something, and then I see like, hey, midnight specials on Netflix. That'll kill enough time for me to forget about my problems, and then I watch that.
Yeah. I mean, again, without knowing anything about it, watching it, I really fucking enjoyed it. But then I was just like, well, you got me. Great joke. It's terrible.
You got me. Got me good.
Maybe that's the point. It's just like a huge troll.
Yeah,
it's
they're doing it on purpose.
The point,
They're singing terribly on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Are you at time?
Nope.
Okay.
We're going to find Mr. Freeze.
Oh, nice.
Oh, hey.
So, the soundtrack, I mean, was just kind of like... It's kind of like pseudo 80s-y-ish.
Honestly, this sounds like Stranger Things before Stranger Things came out.
Yeah,
But like a month before.
I now have watched an episode of Stranger Things.
It's pretty good. It's gotten a little overrated.
I really was just very neutral to it. I might finish it, I might not.
You don't have to. Like, you don't. I'm not like, you gotta see it, man.
No,
so
it's
good.
Just like...
There's never been a show where people have said you've got to see it that it was actually good.
Yeah.
Think about how many people fucking suck Breaking Bad's dick. 2/5 of that show are not... It's not okay.
2 seasons aren't good.
Season 2 and Season 3 are
They're
just...
not
It's
good.
not a show.
Yeah.
You're watching a fucking guy with a broken foot and a guy cook meth. It's
Yeah.
like, this isn't a show.
This is just a boring season 1. Like, and by the time it does get good, and like, because like Season 4 is like the best season of Breaking Bad, but that's because you're so starved for good television that you're like, thank God something's happening. Oh my God, this is so much more. Yeah, it's like, there's like, yeah, Season 3 is good because there's like one scene that's cool in the entire season is when like Hank fights the dudes in the parking lot, and then that's it. That's the only good scene in the entire season.
I couldn't.
It's, yeah. Like, I mean, I guess that episode's okay, but everything else is just so bad.
I've never watched Breaking Bad.
I think I've actually even said this to you directly. I'd recommend it, but only after I recommend like 15 other shows.
Yeah.
Like, only after I say watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this, blah 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 blah. If someone went up to me and was like, hey, I really like crime shows and
Watch
like
NCIS.
Yeah, like I could give anything else, but then after like 4 of those, I'd be like, and I guess watch Breaking Bad.
Yeah, I kind of the same way with Midnight Special.
No.
Someone was like, I want a kind of like interesting, kind of out there sci-fi movie that doesn't really like have much explanation to things and maybe has a little more to it.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
and I've also seen every one of those ever.
I'd be like, here's 30 anime to watch.
Yeah.
And then you guess can watch Midnight Special.
Yeah.
Honestly, Stranger Things seems better. I've only watched one episode, but watch that, I guess.
It's pretty good. Hey, we're going to get to the part where I don't really shit on Stranger Things, but kind of have an objective opinion, so it looks like I am, because everyone also is drinking the Kool-Aid for that show.
I mean, the first episode, for me, it was just kind of like, I don't care who lives or dies.
Yeah.
I hope they all die. They're just kind of annoying.
None of them die.
I know.
Yeah. And that's, if it just was like brutally kids getting brutally murdered, oh man, I would be like, I have fondness for that show because I watched it in 2 days.
Yeah.
And it was just, hey Matt, you still watching? You're probably not, but like, remember that time we watched Stranger Things and like within 2 days and we just hung out? Like, that was really fun. But like, I have fondness for that time. It wasn't necessarily that the show was so good.
Like that.
But I was just like, this is a fun time. I'm enjoying this, and that's the way to do it. Is just kind of chill out, sort of hang out and watch it. I don't usually actually. I think binge watching shows and binge watching culture is kind of dumb overall, because I feel like that brings away from enjoying the entire quality of a series. But with Stranger Things, I think you can do that because it's kind of short, and also like you don't really need to enjoy every episode as an episode. You can kind of just get the overall thing, and then you're done with it. It's fun. It's good if you like that style, and if you like that style, you'll enjoy it. And like if you like that 80s style, you'll enjoy it. I think it's creative and inventive in what it does. It has an actor in it I really, really like. But it's not the greatest show of all time. It's gotten overrated at this point. It really, really has. And it is... I'm excited for season 2, but I don't know if it'll live up to the expectation. And I don't know. It's not great. It's pretty good, but not great.
Yeah, I just was not invested in really anything that was happening enough to watch. Was like 6 episodes.